Peace, everybody. Welcome to Capital Combat. The name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch, and today I'm going to preview this Saturday's UFC 293 going down in Australia, in which the main event we have the middleweight champion Israel the Last Stylebender Adesanya facing Sean Strickland. Strickland came into this fight because the number one contender, Dricus du Plessis, was injured and unable to fight, so they worked it out with number 5 ranked Sean Strickland to step up and be offered the challenge to secure his shot at glory. So what we'll talk about is, do we think he can do it? You can let us know in the comment section if you believe he does, how he gets it done, or what you think the champ is going to do to retain his belt. I'm going to give you my opinion, and then afterwards we'll recap and talk about what we thought happened versus what actually happened. So make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can see that when we drop it. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Honestly, looking at the skill set of Israel Adesanya and looking at the skill set of Sean Strickland, myself, many other people who are much more well versed in MMA than I am, not giving Strickland a lot of a chance. He has a very vertical stance, and his hands, he keeps them pretty low. He does try to use what they call in boxing the Philly shell, where you have your shoulder to protect your chin from punches. Alex Pereira found it pretty easily. But he's also a multiple time, he's a very decorated kickboxer. Guess who else is? The champ. So one of the differences between Adesanya and Pereira is the amount of feints and misdirects that you get from Adesanya versus Pereira. They both can set traps, but they set them differently. Will Strickland be able to take advantage of Adesanya being slightly smaller in size? Because Pereira's a huge guy. Of course, he just moved up to light heavyweight and is about to, he's probably on track to challenge for the title there. Adesanya likes to vary up his kicks, where he's throwing them in all 3 levels. So he's throwing them to your legs, he's throwing them to your body, he's throwing them to your head, and you don't know when he's going to do that. Now, I mentioned earlier Strickland's vertical style. That does help him with the leg kicks. He can check them a little bit easier than someone whose stance is a little bit wider. However, if he feints one of those and he thinks he's going for the leg and he's going somewhere else, really easy for him to be knocked off balance, or just not see it coming and be knocked out or hurt. Pereira was able to catch him with a left hook, and Adesanya has caught quite a few people with left hooks. Now, one of the things to Strickland's advantage is he has tremendous cardio, and he's able to really push a pace using a very sturdy and consistent jab. However, the champ is very good at counterpunching, and he likes to punch with opponents, especially when they throw combinations. See his last knockout. See his knockout against Robert Whittaker. See his knockout against Paulo Costa. A lot of his knockouts come when his opponent is throwing and he throws with them. So one of the things that we just mentioned that could be Strickland's positives turns into a negative at this point. Also, I don't know if anybody watched the weigh-in, but Strickland looked really drained trying to get to the 185 limit, which honestly is strange to me because he used to fight at welterweight. But you know, growing man, he could be outgrowing the division. That remains to be seen. But if he does not rehydrate properly, this is going to be a very bad night for him. There's already a skill gap that he's got to overcome in order to successfully win the title. But then to not have a good weight cut on top of that, it's looking real bad for our boy Strickland. So, long story short, I'm taking Adesanya. I'm not sure if he stops him or not. It's very likely that he does. He may not have that concussive power that Strickland does, but he's a lot. I mean, not Strickland, Pahea, but he's extremely accurate. He is an outstanding finisher, and his striking is so varied that he can hit Strickland with a lot of things that he'll never see. So now that I say that, he probably will stop him, because Strickland isn't the type of guy that's going to reduce himself to a conservative approach to try to, switch his game plan or figure out something new, or just be like, if I open up, he's going to hit me, so I'm going to try to pick my spots. He's going to push it because that's all he knows how to do. So, yeah, he's going to walk into something and end up being stopped. Let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comment section below. And like we said, subscribe, like. We'll see you in the recap to find out if that actually happens, or do we have a new champ? We'll find out in the next video. Till then, fight on.
Since round one, and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and cost. My fists are on fire. I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage. Keep thinking that it's a game. I kick crime, hurricane. I told them I don't play. I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.